I am Tiffany and welcome back to my channel. So today is all about fragrances. I have been really enjoying the fragrance videos, so I thought I would bring this style of video to my channel. I just started kind of increasing my collection last year over the lockdown. I felt like it was the most interesting of the videos, and I did a little bit of blind buying, but I got a lot of my fragrances that I'm going to talk about here last year. So if this is something that you are interested in, please continue to watch. Okay, so these are going to be my top 10 fragrances. I will say I'm going in no particular order, but these are just the ones that I wanted to mention. So let's start off with one of my newer ones. So this is Guerlain Mon Guerlain. You see I have put a huge dent in this. I think I've had this fragrance for less than a month, but I was gonna get the larger bottle because I love it so much. It's so pretty. I have been overspraying because of these other YouTubers that I've been watching. They have turned me into an oversprayer. So I intended to get the large bottle of this because it smells so beautiful, but there was a set going on that had the lotion that came with it, so I wanted to layer it. But I should have just gotten the big bottle because they don't really, I'm not that big on layering exact scents. So let me tell you about the fragrance itself. So I feel like this is a pretty common fragrance. It was fairly new to me. However, this one has, let's see, and before I move on, I am not like a big fragrance person. I can't break down notes and anything like that. So please take everything that I say with a grain of salt. This is literally just my opinion, my viewpoint, the things that I like, but I'm not like a huge fragrance guru. So I'm fairly new to the game. I've always had fragrances, but you know what I mean. So with this one, the top notes are lavender and bergamot. The middle notes, iris, jasmine, sambac, and rose. And then the base notes are Tahitian vanilla, sandalwood, licorice, benzoin, patchouli, and coumarin. I don't know what that is. What I did notice though with myself is that I, like many people, love a fragrance that has vanilla in it. The way that it kind of sits on the body, it's very creamy, and I feel like even when your natural body heat kind of warms it up, and it naturally kind of comes off in a sexier kind of way. It's very feminine, beautiful, and just like a creamy smell. So I really love that. This particular fragrance, I would say it is really good for like an everyday scent. I wear this to church. If I were going in the office, I would wear this to work. I've worn it at night. It was really nice. I actually wore it to, I wore this to the premiere of The Harder They Fall, the show on Netflix, and I have no pictures from it, sorry guys, but I remember I oversprayed, did like 20 sprays of this, and I remember walking out. I walked past this guy, and he was like, "You smell good." I was like, "Oh, thank you." So this, I think it is a really good fragrance that can be in all settings. It's not like overpowering, but it's very clean, it's very feminine, it's very soft, beautiful, lovely. You can have a nice flowy dress on with this. Like I said, you can literally wear it to church. It's just not like super bold, loud, but it's just very soft and feminine and pretty. And I feel like this could be a good blind buy. In general, I feel like fragrances are not blind buys. There's lots of people who, you know, recommend things blind buy, and you put them on you and your body is like, no, this smells terrible or not. Next up, I have Prada Candy, the original. And I feel like in the fragrance community, I'm not part of that, but the fragrance folks, they never mention Prada Candy. And I feel like, you know, it's kind of up there with Juicy Couture's Viva La Juicy. Like, it came out in 2011, like a whole lot of people. It's kind of like an older fragrance, and not older, maybe dated. It had its moment. It's a very 2010s fragrance. This forever has been like one of my favorite scents. I'm like pretty much out of the bottle. They have like 5 flankers of this, but I feel like this is such a good like layering fragrance. That's why I overspray this. I normally spray like 10 sprays because these type of scents, they don't project that well, but they kind of stay in this like cloud, like a bubble cloud around you, which I really love. So this one is definitely a gourmand, very sweet, syrupy, sugary. It's let's see what the notes are on this. So it's, the top note is caramel. It's fully like caramel. The middle note is musk and powdery, and then the base note is benzoin and vanilla. So again, with the vanillas, if you literally want to smell like a cookie or some kind of dessert, like this is the fragrance for that. I love this. So many people have this fragrance. I definitely feel like it is like one that everybody wore and a lot of people got tired of it. I get it. The great thing is a lot of people don't wear it anymore, so you know, it's a great time to get it. But I really love scents that have musk in it. Musk, powdery, is like vanillas, that's where I lean to. So this is like one of those basic ones that I want to always keep in my collection. I do plan on getting the largest bottle of this. And then the flanker, which is Prada Kiss. That one's really pretty as well. It doesn't have the heavy caramel notes. It's more musky, very powdery. And my mom loves that scent. So I love it too. And I'm planning on getting the Kiss in this size. But with the Kiss notes, the Kiss is literally musk. Top note, middle note. Top note is musk, middle note is musk and orange blossom, base note is musk and vanilla. So very similar, musky, white floral, vanilla, powdery, sweet, citrus, soapy. I think soapy is definitely a great way to describe the Kiss version, because it's very clean. It's just very feminine and pretty, and I just think it's really nice to have in your collection. So next up, we are going to move on to the complete opposite of those two fragrances, and this is Tom Ford Ombre Leather. Guys, when you look at this, it looks like a man's cologne, right? It's unisex. I don't know how they did it, but they put leather in a bottle. Like they literally, there's like leather on here. It smells fully like a leather handbag. And if you've watched any of my other videos, y'all know that I love smelling leather purses, leather shoes. It's just like, every time we smell leather, you just think money, right? Like you think of stepping out of a very nice leather, so soft, like soft leather cushiony seats in a nice vehicle. So Ombre Leather gives me, oh, I love this scent. It's a bit spicy though, but like it's spicy, but it's not too spicy, because I'm still kind of stepping into more of the ouds and the spicier scents, and I feel like this one kind of can step you into it. It's not overwhelming. So the notes on it, the top note is cardamom, middle note is leather and jasmine sandbach. I'm hearing that a lot. And the base note is amber moss and patchouli. So leather and a malic. They actually have white florals in here, warm, spicy, amber, smoky, earthy. I'm not a fan of patchouli typically, but there's some patchouli in here. There's some patchouli in my other fragrances. So this one, I want to describe this to you because it gives me just a whole vibe. Like, this won't work on everybody. Someone was describing this as like, I don't know if y'all know who Sam Elliott is, but like an older man in his like 60s, who's very like 60s, 70s, but very suave, like cowboy in a leather jacket, like sexy, handsome, rugged, like masculine man. But to me, this is like you're coming to, like, it's a night out, and it's like 7 p.m. like when it's the night is changing from day to night. Well, not now because it gets dark at like 5, but like it's changing into the nighttime. So it's still warm outside, but a little cool. Sorry, my camera overheated. Back to my story. So let me make this quick because I am a Chatty Cathy right now. So this, I think of being in Miami. I have on like high waist trousers, some kind of trouser slack things, high-waisted, with like some stilettos, and the trousers are really long because I have on these really tall stilettos. And then the top, it's gonna be a little strappy in the back. Maybe it's just like an X strap in the back, and then it's a very delicate top in the front. And then your hair, it has to be straight, like, and it could be a kinky straight, you know, but it can't be curls and stuff because like you mean business, you know. And it's like you step out, you pull up to the valet, you step out of the valet, you're holding some kind of like clutch bag, like some kind of, I don't know, maybe a YSL clutch or something, and you have your shades on, and you're stepping out of the car in slow motion, and whoever is looking at you, like everyone stops to look at you because it's like, oh my God, like the boss just arrived. But no one says anything. It's just like everyone stops what they're doing to look at you. And you step out and you put your shades on and you look around and you like hand the valet whatever, and you just like walk into the restaurant, the lobby, the lounge, wherever you're going. And it's like as soon as you got there, you're gone that quick, almost like a dream, or like a, I don't know, there's a specific word that I can't think of, but it's such a blur to everyone who got to experience that moment. But you're wearing this. I said all of that to say that you're wearing ombre leather. It's very rich, it's very fancy, it's very upscale. I would imagine you would be sitting in somewhere like a Restoration Hardware, like the building that you went to, you're in somewhere that looks like a Restoration Hardware place. It's so like, oh, when they talk about like boss, like this person has a lot of money, she has a very strong point of view. It's a very like, she smirks, you know, she's not doing a lot, she's not all over the place like that. Everything's very kind of tight, contained, very intense. I love this. Oh, it's so sexy. I think it feels like it has a woody scents in it, and the leather, I'm gonna leave it alone, but it's really, really nice. I just would love for you guys to smell it. It's not for everybody at all, but it's really, really beautiful. Continuing on with the deeper, darker fragrances, I was so excited about this. This is Jo Malone's Myrrh and Tonka Intense. And I feel like there's only one style. It's not a regular or intense. I think this is just like a cologne intense. You know, most Jo Malone fragrances are in like a clear bottle. I think there's some red ones, but these black colognes, wow, they like really, they stay on you. I know a lot of Jo Malones have disappearing acts, but this particular one, I just bought this like a couple of days ago, and I found out about it last spring. Y'all, my camera does not want me to be great. It keeps overheating. So, and this is a long video. I'm really trying to get through it, but maybe it's telling me to wrap it up. Like, what number are we on? Only on like 3 or 4? Like, come on, Tiff. So, continuing on, Myrrh and Tonka. So I just picked this up. It's so pretty. To me, it's kind of in the family of the ombre leather, but I feel like it doesn't have any of the same scent. So top note lavender, middle note myrrh, bottom note tonka bean, base note, sorry, tonka bean, vanilla, and almond. Vanilla, amber, sweet, aromatic, warm, spicy, balsamic, lavender, almond, and nutty. This one, I just wore it last night. It projects so well. To me, this one's a little bit more casual. Like, I don't know if you're doing like, you're getting out and about for like Christmas, maybe like drinks, like not Christmas, but like holiday get-togethers. So if it's a little cooler outside, maybe you have on like, maybe like leather pants or like, you know, booties. Nothing like too overly done. I mean, you can wear it at either occasion, but I feel like this gives me like we're gonna sit by a fireplace in a chic hotel. We're going to have drinks at a lounge. But it's just like, it could be a date night, but it's just more like an upscale casual. I think this one works a lot better with more people than like the ombre leather would, for sure. It doesn't have like that spice in it, but it's really pretty. If you have the opportunity to try it out, please do. It has great projection, great longevity. I smell it when I go to sleep. It's just, it stays on you, and it's really, really pretty. So definitely check this one out. All right, next up, we are going to do the YSL, is it Libre? I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are familiar with this particular scent. Came out in 2019. I got this small little bottle like a fool because I knew I loved it so much, but I mean, look, I got a little corner left. Like, there's one spray left. I wore this pretty much all through the end of summer and coming into fall. So it's only been a couple of months. I love this fragrance. I liked it when it first came out, but I kept going back like, do I want to get it? And then once I got it, like completely obsessed. Like, this is definitely a fragrance that you can wear every day. The original, it could definitely be a signature fragrance for sure. I wear this to church, running errands, when I'm going to the movies. I wear this everywhere. It's like, it's strong without being overpowering. It's not like what they would call like a heavy hitter fragrance, but it's really pretty, and I think it's done very well, and a lot of people like this particular scent. I'm not going to talk too much into it, but the bottle is so gorgeous, and I don't want to throw this away because the bottle is so pretty, but I'm going to get the larger bottle, obviously. I went to smell the intense version and then like their new fruity one, or it's like a lighter one. I'm thinking about getting the intense version. I like all three, but I use this so much that I feel like, as much as I love it, I feel like if I get a large bottle, I may not get through it. So I'm gonna switch it up slightly and get the intense version. So just if you're interested, the top notes: lavender, mandarin orange, blackcurrant, petite grain, I don't know. Middle note: lavender, orange blossom, jasmine. Base note: Madagascar, vanilla, musk, and ambergris. Oh, ambergris is in here, and cedar. So if you're hearing a lot more of like what I like, and if these are like notes that you like, ambers, musk, vanillas, that kind of woodsy cedar scent, a little bit of lavender whenever you are listening to like your scent profiles, I think you would really like Libre. And I feel like they really marketed this to a lot of people. It's very pretty. It's just a very pretty scent, and I think it's great to have in your collection. Next up, don't be mad, don't roll your eyes, don't leave the channel. Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. So I've had this scent for a very long time. This was like before I like got into fragrances again recently. This is the one I went out and got. I have loved this fragrance for about 10 years. It came out in 2011, and I felt like a lot of people had it then. Like this and the Victor & Rolf Flower Bomb, those were like the two scents that I really knew about. But I could not wait till I could afford a bottle of this, and I feel like I paid a little under $200 for both this and the travel size. And you can see I've had this for about 3 years. I haven't put that big of a dent into it. However, this travel size version, I've used a lot of it. But this one is so pretty, just like, is that not the cutest thing? I just love how chic this is. It kind of reminds me of a lipstick, but this I normally throw in my bag, and it's so pretty. And then you could just literally spray that into this and refill, like, you know, it's your little decant. But so nice, so chic, and just feminine. Like, who doesn't love that? This for sure. It's so because I didn't have a whole lot of other fragrances in my collection, I like overwore this, and there were on occasions like it just did not go, and it made me kind of hate the scent a little bit. So I hate that I did that, but I still recommend this scent. I hate to call it basic. I feel like it could never be a basic fragrance. It's Chanel, it's Chanel, correct? Right? Like, you'll have it forever. But whereas like some of the other Chanel fragrances can be a little heavier, obviously Chanel number 5, it has a dated scent to me as well, and like elderly, dare I say, in some ways. This one's obviously the younger, more youthful version of Chanel, and I think it's just very classic. It's classic. You can wear it in the office. You don't want to overspray this. This stays on your skin. It projects very well. But it's just very classy. It's beautiful. It's very chic. It's feminine. It's just like, it's not flirty, but it's just a very put together, smart, classic woman. And I still recommend it. I think it's great for everybody's perfume like collection. I don't think it's basic. It's definitely not basic. It's crafted very well, and it's very beautiful. It's very feminine and beautiful. I think it works best spring, summer, like especially a cool spring. Great for brunch, great for church. It's not necessarily for a date or anything like that. It's not sexy. It's definitely not sexy, but it's very feminine and soft and pretty, and I think it's great. I don't have anything negative to say about it. I really think it's nice. And basic or not, whatever, it's nice to have in your fragrance collection. All right, we're getting there. So sorry if I'm talking a lot. I feel like this video is longer than I wanted it to be, but if you like it, I like it. So these 2 fragrances that I'm about to talk about, I do not have full bottles of, but I cannot wait to get my hands on this. So this here is Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Guys, I am trying to save this. I love this fragrance. I have been smelling it for about a year and a half, and it is so pretty. I actually don't know, when was this released? 2018. And I just could not like justify paying the price, especially since I didn't have some of like my everyday fragrances. But this is so sexy. And if you're familiar, I don't know if y'all watch Sheree. She talks about fragrance. She's like a big fragrance YouTuber here, and I really like her nose. But she turned me on to this royalty scents. So you can get these sent to you. So if you want to like try out these fragrances, you can't like make it into store, and you want to get some of these sent to you without like purchasing a full bottle, like doing a blind buy, this is a great way to do it. They send these to you monthly. You go online, you just go and like pick out the scents that you want. And then I want to say it's like $39.95 a month for 2 scents. I do 4, so it's like 70 something, I think. But this last delivery, I got this. So if you have any other questions about it, I'm gonna link royalty scents down below. But before I move into the scent profile of Tom Ford, I actually picked up the wrong one. So this is, I meant to pick up Baccarat Rouge 540. Y'all all are familiar with Baccarat Rouge, and I mixed them together. Here it is. I found it. Guys, y'all gotta mix this together. If you have Baccarat Rouge, go get you some Lost Cherry and mix these 2 together. I could not stop smelling myself. Like, when you need like a sexy, like, come hither, like, I mean business type of scent, mix these 2 together, it changes your life. Like, you can't tell me anything about myself when I'm wearing these 2 together. It's just like, it's rich, it's very well put together. I love these 2 fragrances together. So what's funny is that, oh, I've used more of the MFK than I thought I would. I didn't plan on buying this scent, so I think it's done so well. It's such a pretty fragrance. You know, if you've been on YouTube, if you've been on Instagram, I don't care where you're at, everyone talks about this. It's pretty expensive. It's a niche fragrance, obviously. A couple of $100s. I'm gonna say like $300 or so. I feel like since it's unisex and so many people wear this, and there's so many flankers, not flankers, sorry, so many dupes. I don't know what it is, because this normally doesn't bother me if like a lot of other people wear it. Like if I like it, I like it. But there must have been not just one, but multiple people who wore this who have rubbed me the wrong way. And as much as I like it, it was making me sick. Like I like it, but I didn't want to smell like it. So I was like, I'm not buying, excuse me. I'm like, I'm not, buying this fragrance. I think they did a great job crafting it. It truly is like a masterpiece, but I was like, I'm not buying it. But man, when I mixed it with this Lost Cherry, I was like, I need this together. And I don't know if it makes sense to spend $300 on a perfume just to use it as to mix fragrances, but look, I may have to end up doing it. I just really hate to spend that kind of money on a fragrance that I can't wear on its own, And I think it's a great fragrance. I think like if you did want to splurge on anything, I honestly would recommend it, because it seems to go in all different facets of your life. Like you can wear it everywhere. It's strong, but it doesn't like overpower you. And together, that's what I was gonna say, together these actually last about 4 hours on me. I feel like it doesn't last that long. Together, Lord, you spend like $500 or $600 getting these two together to last for 4 hours, but it's so good together, it's kind of like worth it. So anyways, chatty too long, but let me tell you about Lost Cherry. Top note, sour cherry, bitter almond liqueur, or liquor, straight liquor. Middle note, sour cherry, plum, Turkish rose, jasmine sandbach. Base note, tonka bean, vanilla, Peru balsam, cinnamon, benzoin, sandalwood, cedar cloves, vetiver, and patchouli. Let me tell you, when you smell this, it's very syrupy cherry. Like, it reminds me of liquor. It reminds me of like taking a shot. It reminds me of maraschino cherries. It's very boozy, and it's like a shot of like a brown liquor. Like, oh, I don't know what kind. Some kind of maybe cognac or something. But it's wherever you're going, I feel like you are in like, let's kind of say a dungeon. You're not in a dungeon. You're in like a lounge that's dark, and like, it's kind of, it reminds me of a bar, but like upscale bar. Not a lot of people know about it. Maybe like, I don't even, like a members only bar. Everyone's dressed like to the nines. You have on a very come hither dress. Your voice goes down a couple of octaves. You have to lean in and speak to somebody. You lean over the bar like to get your drink, and you're flirting over your shoulder, and you've got the eyes, you've got the smiles, it's very you've been working out, so your body's snatched, so you're feeling very like svelte. The dress is just like hitting, and your makeup turned out good, your hair is good, you're just slaying that night. And it's very like someone's on your neck, like right here. You might have a little bit of like dew on you, like a little bit of sweat, like just a little bit, like you're just a little bit warm to where you need to like fan yourself a little bit. This is what you're wearing, like this. I love this scent. It's so good. It's juicy and like, ooh, I don't know. It's just juicy. It's sexy. It's a very different fragrance to have in your collection. So I think it's obvious. I highly recommend this. It's not for everybody, that's for sure, but it's nice. It's really, really nice. Last one that we're gonna end this off. I feel like I just said all that about that Lost Cherry. I love it so much, and then I should have ended it on that, but I wanted to talk to y'all about Velvet Orchid. So Velvet Orchid, look at the bottle. It's so pretty. This is the very first Tom Ford fragrance that I purchased. I really wanted to get into Tom Ford fragrances, but a lot of them are very intense, spicy, heavy, not my type of scents. I like I said, sugary sweet gourmands, like a lot of people do. Real fresh, clean, fruity scent, not fruity, sorry, fresh, clean scents, not necessarily fruity. but just like powdery, musky, like those are kind of the scents that I lean towards. And this was the first one that's a little bit more unisex that I purchased. I remember loving this in store, and I walked away and felt very sexy with it, but this has not been hitting the way that it normally does. So I'm hoping that as it gets a little colder, like my nose will awaken in a different way and we will get on again very well. I don't know if y'all are able to see. I've used barely just a touch of this, and I've had it for well over a year. So I'm just waiting for it to have its moment again. But I wanted to tell y'all some of the notes that are in this. So it's floral. It's floral heavy, sweet, powdery, amber, woody, vanilla, honey, balsamic, rum, warm, spicy. So this one has a base note of the vanilla, the myrrh, sandalwood, middle note of the orange blossom, jasmine, heliotrope. You know, it sounds like something that I would like, so I just wanted to I wouldn't recommend this, let me say that, at this particular point, but I wanted to bring this up to see like what you guys thought about it. A lot of people talk about Black Orchid, which is not my favorite. I think it's a little bit too sharp for me, but I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, the velvet version. So I want to know what you guys think about it, and if you've tried it, and in what kind of setting you've worn it. So that's how we're ending the video. Weird way, I know, but ending it on a question for you guys. So hopefully that wasn't a whole lot of chatting. Those are my top fragrances for the moment right now. I think I did 10. I meant to do 10 fragrances. I don't feel like counting them right now, but those are like the top 10 fragrances that I wanted to mention in this video. I might do a full collection at some point if that's something that you all are interested in, but hopefully you enjoyed it. I have been really interested in fragrances and want to talk about them some more, especially as I continue to collect. I have like 20 on my list, and especially I wanted to add some more of the niche fragrances in it. So I hope you enjoyed it today. I will stop talking. I will see you guys in my next video. So please, again, like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below if you have any questions or if you just wanted to say hi. So I will see you in the next one. Cheers.